Donc aujourd'hui, je suis très heureux de vous présenter deux partenaires qui viennent de Chine, qui sont les deux des gens que je connais depuis assez longtemps et qui sont à Marseille dans le cadre d'un congrès qu'on organise pour une collection internationale de virus qui s'appelle EVA, c'est Arbovirus et dont les Chinois sont en train de devenir des partenaires. Alors les deux personnes qui vont s'adresser à vous, dans l'ordre, ce sera le professeur Liang. Ce médecin est directeur d'une unité de virologie qui s'occupe d'arbovirus et d'encéphalite dans un institut qui est le China CDC, qui est l'équivalent en Chine de ce qu'est le US CDC, ça représente le contrôle, maintenant en devenir quelque chose d'absolument énorme. Et puis, alors, il va faire une présentation. Ce centre est aussi le centre de référence pour l'encéphalite japonaise, dont il va probablement pas mal parler, qui est une maladie qui a une très grande importance dans la santé publique en Chine. Et puis le deuxième personne qui fera une présentation, c'est George Gao, qui est aussi quelqu'un que je connais depuis longtemps, puisqu'il était dans le laboratoire d'Arbovirus quand je faisais mon école, et qui est aujourd'hui le vice-directeur du China CDC, et qui donc montrera un peu, je pense, toute l'ampleur dont on prend cette institution assez impressionnante. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So, first of all, my thanks Dr. Schaffer and John Lewis invited me here and have a talk in here. And I'm really happy and honored to here to give a talk. So, in the medical school, I studied French. So today I will share some information about Arbovirus and related disease in Mainland China. As Schaffer mentioned, I come from Beijing, China. The Institute for Viral Disease Control and Prevention. Our institute, the mission is just one sentence: control or prevention of any viral infection disease in Mainland China. So mission 4 is response, emergency response, for training, for diagnosis, for confirmed diagnosis, anything. And also including international collaboration with the viral infection disease control and prevention. Our institute under China CDC. So Dr. George Gaofu, Deputy Director of China CDC, he will detail what is the China CDC. So before my topic, I will give some concept, basic concept. What is Arbovirus? So Arbovirus means arbovirus virus. The virus can transmitted by blood-seeking insect. The insects, including mosquito, pigs, all sucking. They can amputate in the insect, not causing disease in the insect, even in mosquito and pigs, but can induce disease in human being or animal. So the arbovirus may be regarded as viruses causing communicable disease common to human beings and animals. So what is how many vectors for transmit for the arbovirus in the world? Here is the number, more than 500. So major of the vector is mosquito. So you can see 300 species of the mosquito included in the vector. And also more than 100 species of pigs included. Also in the match, sandfly, horsefly, beating match, and bites, something like that. Here is a detailed list to what is a species of the mosquito, what is the pigs, the species, or something like that. Here is the picture. Everybody knows that mosquito, pigs, sandfly, and this one. How many persons do know what is a sandfly? No? Sandfly, smaller flight, smaller than mosquito. So yellow color. so can transmit a lot of encephalitis disease or fever disease, something like that. And how many arbovirus in the world? How many? So the people say in the world, more than 500 species of arbovirus have been registered in the WHO Center of Arbovirus, the center located in US CDC. So this number just recognized in 1999. Here is a mosquito arbovirus distribution. So several characteristics of the arbovirus distribution listed here. So all of the world, except in the both end of the globe. So you can say the arbovirus distribution in all the globe, except both ends, this end and this end. So another one is one species focus on one area, just like Japanese encephalitis virus, just in the Asian country. And also another virus, East Equine encephalitis virus, just like in the US, so the North America. So that's been several general, see the arbovirus distributed in the one area. Some species distributed in all the world, just like Séminaire virus can see anywhere. Through the population, animal vector move to anywhere. So the arbovirus can transmit it by any vector move from east to west, west to east. So here's the list. The Russia, they have around 70 arbovirus in the Russia only. In the US, totally they have 44 arbovirus. Here is the whole list of the arbovirus in the United States. So what is, or say, how many arbovirus in the Europe country? So recently, I read a review paper published in this journal. So here is a list of some mosquito-borne arbovirus in Europe country. So what is in French? So you can say here, yellow here, here's a French, here's a country, here's the arbovirus list. So in the French, there is the two mosquito-borne arbovirus. One is the West Nile virus. Anybody know the West Nile virus? No? Oh, virus, very important, very civilities. And another one is the Trypanosome virus. So those mosquito-borne arbovirus in French. So what is arbovirus transmit in nature? So usually, here's virus, bird, and virus, and mosquito, or vector, insect, or mosquito pigs, something like that. And then feeding for the human or animal can disease. So how the mosquito beating the person, the human being or animal like this, you can see big tube, so suck some blood from the skin. So interesting the picture here, so you can see here the bird, everybody know that. There's spot, black spot in here. So it's a small mosquito beating in here, and blood take, and then go to beating another animal, maybe human being, it maybe is somewhere in here. So that means that's why the arbovirus so can transmit zoonosis, human and animal disease. So the symptoms of the arbovirus disease, like the fever, and the fever, regular fever, meningitis, and fever encephalitis. So here is the list, the major of the arbovirus related infectious disease in here, in the different family or genus in the virus. Okay, so what is situation of arbovirus infectious disease in Mainland China? So first one is Japanese encephalitis. So how many persons know the Japanese encephalitis? Or Japanese encephalitis virus? Okay, good. Expert. So Japanese encephalitis It's mosquito-borne disease. Mosquito-borne disease. Keep remember, if the mosquito take your blood, maybe some virus into or take from your blood. So the circulate with the bird and the pig, something like that. So major symptoms with the encephalitis. That is viral encephalitis. So major population in the case under the 15 years old. Here is the distribution. What is the JE and epidemic in the global? So you can say, so major area in the Asia country and part of it in Australia, north of Australia. So you can say, as the map, you can see China, Mainland China is a major of JE endemic area. So here is major is lighting in Mainland China. So you can see here is Mainland China total. We have 31 provinces. 31 provinces. Just Xinjiang, Qinghai, and Tibet. No JE endemic. The rest of them JE endemic. Turning point in here, south, left, and west, several provinces. In the history, there is a big outbreak of JE in Mainland China. So you can see here is 1950, here is 1920, 1991, I'm sorry, and here is after 2000 years. And here is two peaks. One is 1966, one is 1971. In this year, 1971, totally 200,000 cases of JE prevalence in Mainland China. So after 1966 or after 1993, China developed two kind of vaccine of JE. So have a vaccine program in Mainland China. So that's why the recent years, so JE case dramatically decreased in Mainland China. So you can see the 2001, 2, 3, and last year just 1,673 cases. So JE is a seasonal disease. So you can see as the curve to show major cases of JE distribution from May and then July, August, and September. So that's why it's a mosquito-borne arbovirus. So what is the age distribution of JE in Mainland China? So you can see this map. So JE cases were recorded from age group 0 to 70 years. Maybe older have also have. So patients under 60 years of the age account for around 70% of the total case. In the years between the 2000 and 2005, younger patient under 55, 15 years old of age account for 92%. So that means major of the JE case to focus on teenage under 15 years. However, recent years, some adult JE outbreak in Mainland China. I will not detail it here today. Here is the mortality. So here is the mortality. Recent year 2001 and 2005, 2010. Usually in the 2 to 5% of mortality of JE in Mainland China. So another mosquito-borne arbovirus disease in Mainland China is dengue fever. How many persons dengue fever? No. Oh, good. Very good. So dengue fever is another mosquito-borne arbovirus. It's a major distribution in the parts south of the globe. So there is 4 dengue virus. Dengue 1, 2, 3, 4 dengue virus. So a lot of outbreak of dengue fever in the south parts of the globe. So in China, dengue fever. So in the history, 1940s, the big outbreak of the dengue fever in the 1940s in middle China, Wuhan and Hubei provinces. Yes. So totally, the people say 400,000 cases, or people say 50,000. Anyway, in the history, nobody knows the exact number. But recent years, in 1978, the first epidemic in Guangdong province, so you can see this number. So this is the dengue fever silence around 30 years, and then again outbreak in mainland China. After that, 1980, 1985, all outbreak in mainland China. So since 1993, dengue fever patient was reported in mainland China. It's legally to report. So here is a list how many dengue fever in mainland China recent years. So you can see here, 1996, just 2 cases. 1995, around 7,000. And recent years, not too many cases. All dengue case patient recent years just located in the east and south coast provinces. Not big problem, dengue fever in mainland China right now. Maybe later, maybe not yet. So another arbovirus disease is tick-borne encephalitis. So tick-borne encephalitis disease is introduced in this area, from Japan to Poland. The major case, major endemic area in the Europe country. Through China, this case was first described in China in 1943, and then gave the virus from the patient and from pigs collected in the field. And then totally around 50 to 70 cases reported per year in the 2000. Here is tick-borne encephalitis viruses. Here's several red bar as we isolated the TBD virus. So totally, generally speaking, we can say epidemic of TBD virus endemic in China, in the London, Far East subcontinent. Another arbovirus infection disease in mainland China is Crimea Congo hemorrhagic fever, so CCHF. So here is CCHF distribution, majorly in the Euro country and another South Africa, and also partially in mainland China. Where is it? In China, CCHF was first described in Xinjiang province in 1966. And the first isolated in 1966 for several years, and then no vaccine is available up to now. Right now, CCHF case have only been reported from Xinjiang province. However, some specific antibody positive in the yellow colored provinces you can see. So, but any case focused in Xinjiang in here. So here is some case number, totally case numbers around 300. So taken together, there is 4 arbovirus disease in mainland China. So could you remember how many mosquito borne? 2. One is Japanese encephalitis, one is dengue fever. How many tick-borne disease? Also 2. One is tick-borne encephalitis in north of China, and also Crimea Congo hemorrhagic fever 2. So totally 4 arbovirus infection disease endemic in mainland China. So, okay, thanks. So, I'm happy to hear have a talk. So, welcome to China, welcome to Great Wall, welcome to Camp of Heaven, all both in Beijing. So, welcome to Beijing. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is George Gao. Ernie is my PhD supervisor. He called me Golf. Golf to my real Chinese. I give myself an English name, George. So I realized I'm here to give a scientific talk. So I will give you a very brief introduction about what we are doing in my lab. So we are doing 3 parts of work. I give you 3 slides to tell you what we are doing. And then I will focus on the special features of the 2009 pandemic flu H1N1, hemagglutinin and ureamidase. So this is the first part I have to give. And Dr. Liang told me, maybe because now I'm also act as a Deputy Director General of China CDC in charge of research. So I'll give you a very brief introduction. So what we are doing in China CDC. And the third part, I'll give you about my lab, overview of my lab, what we are doing. Okay, now China CDC. China CDC, we learn from the American CDC. So it used to be called Chinese Academy of Preventive Medicine, mainly focusing on research for the public health and preventive medicine. But now we have some administrative duty because of the, you can see the word for China CDC. So China CDC is located in a suburban area in Beijing. So to the Beijing people, it's quite far away from Beijing city, but Xavier city is not that far. So at least John Wee and Ernie Gould be there. Yeah, I forgot. By the end of my talk, I really would like to invite you, if you like, to go and come to visit China, maybe stay there as for a postdoc student, whatsoever you want, or a faculty member. Now, so what we have in China CDC? We have 11 independent institutes. So at the moment, what we have here, so this is our headquarters. So you see a very beautiful campus located, surrounded by forest. We think it's still forestry. So a little bit forest, but it's better in a city setting. You don't have so much forestry. So and then we have an Institute of Communicable Diseases, mainly focusing on bacterial diseases. And then you have an Institute of Virology. This is where Dr. Liang, and he's Deputy Director General for the Institute of Virology, in charge of research. So his institute is located here. And then we have a Center for STD and AIDS. So you know STD and AIDS is getting so important. So we have an independent center or institute here. We still have something more here under building. So here we have something already built up. It's an animal facility. Here's an animal facility. Here we also have a very small hostel. So if you also don't want to live in the city area, you can stay. So this is the China CDC. So China CDC's core commission, of course, is emergency response. That's very, very important. And also we are thinking tank for the government, for the parliament-like organization we call People's Congress. So we are making some suggestions, advice for the government, for the People's Congress, or your parliament equivalent. So we are developing some policy development for the Chinese public health. And also we do a lot of surveillance, like Dr. Liang presented to you. So he's doing a lot of surveillance for the Arbovirus. So some other people do a lot of other surveillance. You know, we have different departments. More importantly, we have our information system service for the whole country. So we have a data set collected in the headquarters, China CDC. All the death, birth data for the whole population. As you know, we have 1.3 billion population, almost 1/6 or 1/5 the world population. So all the data, if you have interest, is stored in our information system service system. And also, we are doing scientific research. So in China CDC, as I said, we have 11 independent institutes. We also have some non-independent centers. For example, TB, you know, tuberculosis, TB, is getting more and more serious now, all over the world. So we have a TB center, but it's not an independent institute, but it's affiliated to the headquarters. It's very big, it's expanding at the moment. And then we are doing technical assistance. The China's CDC systems, you have a headquarters, a centralized government, or centralized CDC, that's China CDC. We have 31 provinces in China. We also have provincial CDC. So the China CDC is doing some technical assistance or support for the local provincial CDC. Under local, we also have district or prefecture CDC. And then the lowest organization in China is county. And then we also have county CDC. In the county level, district level, province level, and then central level. So you are talking about 4 levels of the CDC. And also, it's very special because China CDC was transferred from Chinese Academy of Medical Preventive Medicine. So we also doing some education. We offer